Hey guys, Enter the Stars, and I wanted to do a cover video on the Black Child's most recent video on the MTV Music Awards. Now, he did a really good job on this video, and I recommend that everybody go and watch this. This is overt sigil magic in your face. Now, much of what we are seeing here, it has been talked about on this channel and other channels, and the amazing thing is what I'm seeing here is the iris of the eye. If you look closely, you will see that here on CBS. Obviously, that's the eye. You have the iris opening. This is the exposure to the influence of the beast. Okay? Now, when a person is drunk or high, their irises will open to the fullest, letting in as much of the light as possible when they are in darkness. Okay, it is the mind closing. It is the spell that is cast. Here's the 666 imagery, and of course, when you connect your forefinger and thumb and fan out the other three fingers, as we've seen Justin Bieber do, and place it over your eye, you're forming the 666, and that is the stage here on the MTV Music Awards. Now, back to the iris. You can look up the iris on images, Google Images, and you can compare it to the imagery you're seeing here, and you will see exactly what you were looking at. Open irises is what they want. They want you in darkness, asleep. They want you under a false form of spirituality, a high of feeling good, but not the correct way that God wants us to feel. Now here you're seeing the Ouroboros. We've talked about that, the snake eating its tail. And that is the imagery that you are seeing right here. Okay, look up Ouroboros on Google Images, and you will see the snake eating its tail in a circular pattern. It also is interchangeable with the figure 8 eating its tail, the serpent. We've covered that on our channel as well. And now we see it in your face. Of course, the black and white imagery, Illuminati, all right here on display. You guys, everything we've been talking about. 2014 is the year of the Ouroboros, of the 88s, of the 8. Everything that we've exposed, it's all been for a purpose. And here is the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. And we see that represented two different ways, as we see on the screen and also in the figure 8 motion. This is everything we've been talking about, you guys, right here on the MTV Music Awards. Amazing. Here we have the iris of the eye. And again, this is the imagery that we're seeing on the screen at the Music Awards. See the line pattern? This is a good example here. They want your irises open because that means you are under the influence. Now, if you choose to be under the influence, you are giving them the power of this magic. Okay? They want your pupils dilated. This is what is going on. They want you under the spell. And then, of course, the Justin Bieber image of him putting his hand over his eye, making the 666 symbol. Here it is here. That is the stage of the MTV Music Awards. And that is 3 6s. Now, what does this all mean? I recommend Round Saturn's Eye channel because he talks about what this all means to us. Okay, this is the beast. If you love this, if you aspire to what you're seeing here on the screen, that is the beast. Okay, there is no on the fence. There is no lukewarm. God says he will spit you out. Our eyes are to be on heaven. When I watch this, it sickens me. It makes me literally ill. It turns my stomach. It makes me very uneasy. The only reason why I cover these things is to expose it. And as our channels like Black Child and Round Saturn's Eye, the imagery is in our faces, you guys. And we're to have our eyes on heaven, not of this world. And I know it sounds contradictory, and some of us, I've heard people reason that we live here. We have to deal in this world in the material. Now, had Jesus not said that we were not supposed to be part of this world, I would agree with you. But he says we are not supposed to be part of this world. I find my solace in nature, the closest thing we have to our Creator. Okay? And that's about it, you guys. All of this, the material reality that they create for us, the aspirations, the economic system, it's only failed me. It's failed everything, and it makes you feel helpless and dependent on the system. And basically, what needs to happen is we keep our eyes on heaven. There's the iris here again. This is a good example. Okay? So anyway, you guys, I recommend this video. I recommend you watch this. Shout outs again to those channels I mentioned. Doing great work on exposing this stuff. Okay? This is my 888th video, you guys. And I thought that this would be an appropriate way to talk to you guys about this kind of stuff, okay? Exposure of a major event, the Illuminati. Take care and be safe, you guys.